Okay, there we go. Jesse's just saying. Jesse's just saying, and hey, he'll start in 5 minutes.
All right, so we're live now, and I guess we can redo that skit that we didn't just do.
Yes, he had to ruin it by talking about the acolyte.
Hey, well, I guess we get to do it live now.
Yes, okay, totally. All right, let's try that again. Welcome, young Jedi. I have been expecting you. It is unfortunate that your powers are insignificant to the dark side. But tell me, did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plaguies the Wise?
No.
I thought not. It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. It's a Sith legend. Darth Plagueis was a Dark Lord of the Sith, so powerful and so wise, he could use the Force to influence midichlorians to create life. He had such a knowledge of the dark side, he could even keep the ones he cared about from dying.
Is it possible to learn this power?
Not from a Jedi. Wait, Master.
What about some witches?
Wait, Chancellor, that reminds me. You see, there were these witches, and they were created through the Force just like me. Hey, they used the Force. They were killed in a fire. Bricks! Like, my master never told me about this. Oh shit, Anakin. I never heard about this story. Neither did I, Chancellor, until now. Must have been some fan-made hog run and the Sith had snuck in.
Yeah, so I guess we're just kind of shooting shit, waiting on Mr. Commander Jesse to show up. So I guess the fucking
Okay.
Since I'm still on the hype about it, we'll just go ahead and show it off.
Come on, dude. Oh my god. You will not take her from me.
Oh shit, I'm just dropping fucking notebooks and everything live.
Yeah. It's raining notebooks. Oh, Kid Anakin wearing Jedi robes too. That's awesome.
Yeah, man, I got that from Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Got Mr. Wrecker.
There's Wrecker. I like to blow things up because I like to blow things up. And Hunter, who is also from the Bad Batch. Nice. I wish they had a crosshair figure of some sorts.
Got a bunch of other shit. He threw in a signed Jawa card.
So was that like an actual Jawa actor that signed that?
Yeah. Susanna Malik says authentic signature right there.
Oh, that's pretty nice. I had no idea her last name. Wait, hold up. Is she secretly one of Darth Malik's Sith acolytes?
And then the plaque that I bought from him.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
step on me, mommy.
Your and Sean's
Force
photos
choke
are
me,
behind.
mommy. Force choke me, mommy. Wait, what the fuck did I just say?
You realize I can't edit this, right?
Yeah, I know you can't. Hopefully, not too many people who are going to realize that. Anyways.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. And then little sneak preview of his celebration pin that he's giving out.
Anakin with Sith eyes always hits hard, bro. It always hits so hard, bro.
We're still waiting on Mr. Commander Jesse, so we got what?
Like I said, I think he's off. Like you said, I think he's off fighting Australian wildlife right now.
Yeah, probably, dude. Damn drop bears probably got him. I wouldn't be surprised.
Hello there, Galactic Cantina. I'll be lurking since I'm at work right now. Thanks for dropping in, Galactic Cantina. Good to see you.
Hopefully you enjoy the show. Hopefully we can stay on task and talk about Plagueis and not go on stupid rambles.
I mean, there's so much lore in this book. I think we can stay on topic, right?
Oh, dude. I've got like seven fucking pages of notes.
Dude, I have a whole fucking document worth of that. Star Wars Gazer, welcome to the stream.
Commander
Jesse.
Jesse.
Hello there, Jesse.
Hello.
So glad you
Hello.
can finally make it, Jesse.
Hello.
Did the drop bears get you?
Nah, I literally went to sleep like 3:30 and then woke up.
So you didn't encounter any kangaroos or some shit in Australia?
All the
Yo,
time.
yeah.
All the time. You see him dead on the side of the road all the time.
Okay,
This
yes,
guy on
I
screen-
figured.
This guy on screen right now, he's pretty fucking cool. He's been messaging me the last few days. He makes some pretty dope videos.
Yeah.
I should probably go check this guy out. I should probably go just check this guy out. I had no idea he existed until now.
All right. So, how's everybody doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good man. How are you?
I'm a bit exhausted. I can't lie.
He's exhausted from all that shit that went down in Ocala Comic Con, and like, hey,
Oh, dude.
if you guys seen our, Jesse, if you've seen our chats, you know that I'm jealous as fuck that he actually met Shin Hotti's actress.
Yeah, how'd that go? How'd that
Oh,
go?
dude. She is so fucking nice. Like, she literally takes the time to like talk to everybody. And it's nice that she does that, but like there was a couple people while waiting in line, they had like carts full of shit. So it's like, all right, man.
Oh wow.
That's
It's
fucking
like,
insane,
come on,
bro.
dude. You need to like move it along, dude. Like you're kind of being inconsiderate of everybody else.
Looks like someone's even more obsessed with her than me. Looks like someone's even more obsessed with her than me because she has a whole fucking cart worth of items.
Well, this one dude, I think they like everybody in the crowd was saying that like he did it for business or whatever, but like he would
For business.
put shit up to get signed, and then he would put it off to the side and then put more shit up, and then he got out of line and then went back up, and yeah, it was
That's
fucking
insane.
Oh wow.
I would literally the only two things I would bring are my lightsaber and my Funko Pop that I have over there on my shelf.
But yeah, like the question I asked her, she kept talking to me about it. Like in the photo booth, she was talking to me about it, and the workers were like rushing me out so they could keep the line moving and shit.
Oh really?
She didn't want her to reveal. She didn't want her to reveal any secrets about Ahsoka season 2.
No, she was very secretive and very careful how she worded things.
That's how you know Dave's cooking up something really good, like really fucking good.
When I got up to the actual booth to get the autographs and stuff, she literally leaned over to her team and was like, "This guy asked a really good question about Balin, and I wish I could answer it." I was like, "Yo, what?"
Yes. I have a whole theory about why I think Balin hates Anakin, but we can get into that in another video.
All right, we got Mr. Sean in the chat.
Sup, Sean? Welcome to the stream.
That is a really cool fucking profile picture. I'm not gonna
Those
lie.
look like two lightsabers or retention screws. I don't know.
I think they're supposed to be vapes, but I'm gonna say they're lightsabers.
Let's just lightsabers, vapes. What's the big difference?
All right, so Darth Plagueis.
Darth Plagueis, the wise.
What would you guys rate the first 15 chapters of this book?
Like out of 10?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first 15 chapters alone, I really love the first 15 chapters of Plagueis because it like sets up everything Plagueis was doing to bring the Sith grand plan into fruition. Like immediately when they begin on Baldem, like there's so much lore when he kills Tenebrous and like how he's the last true Sith a part of the Darth Bane lineage, and any other Darksider out there, or how any other Darksider out there at this point is only a Sith pretender. And then spoilers, he eventually runs into Palpatine. A teenage Palpatine on Naboo, who when the Palpatine taps into his Force abilities for the first time by slaughtering his entire family, and that proves right away that even from a kid, Palpatine was absolutely fucking ruthless. So, out of 10, I'd probably give it like an 8 or 9 out of 10. I think the second half of the book really he picks up. That's like peak 10 out of 10. This one's still really good though.
Jesse?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty similar. I'd say about an 8. Because obviously it's probably a little bit slower than what the second half is going to be.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's going to set the whole story up and
all
that sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, out of the 15 chapters, I think I've got like 2,500 words of notes here. So there's obviously still a couple bits and pieces here to talk about. But it is very solid. It is very, very solid.
It's probably one of my favorite Star Wars books, to be honest.
Yeah, see, I'm gonna this read through or listen through, whatever the hell you want to call it, because I'm listening to the audiobook.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot more. So it's like sitting at like a 7 for me right now. But the first like 15 times that I've read the first half of this book, I could never remember up to like 1 through 10, but I could remember chapters 11 through 20, like no problem. Like
Yeah,
with
right,
Palpatine slaughtering his family and
Yeah.
the manipulation Plagueis puts him through, it's like, okay, this shit's really starting to pick up now.
Yeah. I forgot to mention. It shows just how fucking brutal Sith training can be, because like Palpatine, his Plagueis takes Palpatine to Vegeta, and he puts him through some brutal ass training, because like he's a warm blooded human who isn't like, hey, used to cold temperatures and everything, and he's how the Sith feed off of their anger to get stronger. So that's literally what Plagueis did to Palpatine in order to make him grow stronger as a Sith Lord.
Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna lie. The first time I was listening to the audiobook and I heard Palpatine asking Plagueis like how much longer it would take for him to learn whatever, and
Yeah.
Plagueis is like, yeah, if you survive another week, I'll consider training you. Like, I literally stopped doing what I was doing at work. I paused it. And I was like, bro, that is so fucked up. Like,
I know, right?
You've been training this dude, but you haven't been training him at all. Like, what the fuck?
He's fucking preparing him for the training, because that's just how the Sith. That's just the way of the Sith, It's like the Sith are cool physically. The Sith are really fucking cool listening, but I would definitely not want to be one. As what happened to Anakin and lots of other her Jedi who fell to the dark side, it would fucking like completely fuck up your life and everything. So that's why I wouldn't want to be a Sith.
Well, you don't want your master living inside you when you try to kill him.
Oh yes. Oh yes. On that topic, before the live stream started, me and Kendrick were talking about how this thing called maxichlorians. So Tenebrous kind of had like these genetically engineered her midichlorians called maxichlorians, and based on this video that I watched from Darth Veritas, apparently after Plagueis killed Tenebrous, all of those maxichlorians passed on into Plagueis. So that's why he has all these enhanced force abilities, and that's how he's able to manipulate midichlorians to create life. So what that means, like, if Anakin had a shit ton of maxichlorians in addition to his insanely high midichlorian count, he would have been like off the charts OP. Like, he's already OP as the chosen one, but dude, imagine him with that many maxichlorians in his body. He's already like the highest midichlorian count out of any Jedi or Sith ever, but with maxichlorians, he'd be like on another fucking level.
Yeah, right. Maxichlorians. They've only been referenced once.
They're an interesting new piece of lore that I just found out that I stumbled upon while rereading the book.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it on Wikipedia. They've only been referenced once in like a comic. Yeah,
they were only mentioned once in the actual book itself. The actual book itself, when Plagueis was doing his experiments on Darth Venemus. So it's a really interesting concept that like maxichlorians are like a beefed up version of midichlorians. What the fuck is happening to Kenrick?
Kenrick's dead.
He's dead.
His maxichlorians are passing on into you now.
Oh shit! Yes, it's over. I'm becoming more powerful than any Jedi has ever dreamed of. I will. The galaxy belongs to me.
I'm back.
He's alive now. There he is.
Okay, he's alive. Yep.
Sorry,
I inherited all your
lagged the ever living fuck out.
I just inherited all your maxichlorians, and I became the most powerful Force user in Star Wars.
Well, you'd have to take over fucking Star Wars theory for that. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, biggest Star Wars YouTuber to ever live. I'd have to inherit him, though.
But yeah, I see. The one thing in this book that always sticks out to me every time I listen to it is when they talk about he knew from his travels with and without Tenebrous that he wasn't the galaxy's sole practitioner of the dark side, nor the Sith for that matter, since the galaxy was rife with pretenders. That shit really has it stood out to me ever since, back when the Forbidden Show was brought out, because I thought
that shall not be named.
That's what I thought this was gonna fucking follow. That's
exactly.
I didn't keep up with Star Wars news. I still barely keep up with Star Wars news, to be honest with you. I kind of get it through Reels and YouTube and shit.
That's how I access it too, to be honest. Yeah, but yes, that's what I thought they were gonna do. Like, as I keep saying, the A Word show should have been an adaptation of the Darth Plagueis novel, and with this dude running around home killing Jedi, I think this dude's a Sith pretender, and Plagueis is the actual last Sith part of the Bane lineage. So that's what made me think that he was a pretender.
Dude, there's so many times while I was listening to this book, not just this go around, but like the first time, the 11th time, and this time, that I was like, yo, like I literally stopped, took my earbud out, and was just like, why the fuck don't they just adapt this? Like this is fucking great. I
Disney,
mean,
it's not that hard. It's not that hard, Disney. Just adapt it. Live action, animated, I don't care.
It's not my favorite Star Wars book. It's a great book. Well, I don't agree with everybody saying like it's the best Star Wars book. To me, that's Revenge of the Sith and Dark Lord: The Rise of Darth Vader. But
Rise of Darth Vader's goated, bro.
This book, there's just so many little nods and shit that like when they mention it, like I'll literally peek my head up and be like, all the pieces are falling into fucking together. Like
that's exactly my reaction. Actually, because when this book starts to tie into the Phantom Menace more, which is more for towards the end of the book, but it's more towards the end of the book when it like overlaps with the Phantom Menace and he's spying on Palpatine and Maul and everything. But it's also there's also that moment where he sits down and has a conversation with Dooku and Sifo-Dyas that blew my fucking mind, and like, oh my god, Plagueis was involved in creating the clone army. Holy shit, this is so cool.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
fucking.
Like even like it would have been maybe chapter 10 or so. Because they keep one of the grand leader on Malastare, that PAX team. He's related to that Ailey team that gets chucked up for the chancellorship when Valorum gets voted out. It's him, Palpatine, and Bail Organa.
That's a very interesting tie-in.
At one point, Tenebris had plans for him. Yeah, because at one point, Tenebris had plans for him to get moved into the chancellorship and manipulate him from a distance. But Plagueis moved on from him. But
Plagueis then
whatever the relationship had a plan. Been, whatever it would have been, his son or something still got chucked up alongside Palpatine to be chancellor.
Yeah, that's a really cool fact that this book gave us, and also like it says specifically in there that Plagueis and Palpatine wanted to be co-chancellors. Well, actually, Palpatine he wanted Palpatine to be like the main chancellor, which he eventually does become. But like he wanted Palpatine to work on the political side of things, and then Plagueis wanted to hide in the shadow, was plotting everything, being the ultimate Sith Lord and everything.
It's funny because Palpatine just ended up doing both.
Yeah. He's like, hey, fuck you, master. Fuck you, master. I am everything you not.
Oh man, that's fucking dude. I know this is kind of like in the second half of the book, but it's still always crazy to me. Like, I'll never forget the first time I found out that Plagueis was standing like in that apartment that Maul and Palpatine were.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Like, at last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have her. Man, I'm like, yo, what? He was right. What? You could have shown him.
Plagueis was literally in the shadows. Bro. Plagueis was literally off the screen. Like, I kind of, not gonna lie, that kind of makes me do a fan edit of that one scene in Phantom Menace, and there's a pan shot, and then you see Plagueis peeking behind the corner. That would be really cool, dude.
Oh man, so yeah, so again, like I said, this book really picks up for me. It's really, really fucked up that like my favorite chapter in the whole book so far is when Palpatine kills his family. But I mean, just like these books tend to go into so much more detail during like lightsaber fights, during using the Force, like what the Force actually does, then like what we get to see some pretty cool graphic shit on screen. Obviously,
yeah,
Vader
totally.
snapping necks and Luke using Force Crush and shit like that. But
That's Anakin cutting off Dooku's hands and head. But like the Revenge of the Sith novelization goes deep with that.
like just the fact that Plagueis manipulated Palpatine so much into murdering his entire family, which then leads into Palpatine manipulating Anakin into murdering the entire Jedi Order. It's just it's nice. I like
It's
it.
so cool, bro. It's so good. It's such masterful writing to have Plagueis manipulating Palpatine and him Palpatine manipulating Anakin to destroy the Jedi Order. It's like it's actually Plagueis who shaped everything, and he's the one pulling the strings. He's what made Palpatine the way he is today.
That and his kind of his abusive father.
Yep. None of this would have
him...
happened if none of this would have happened. Oh, there's a good Star Wars what if. What if Palpatine had a good dad?
Yeah, I like how they
gets him
kind
to
of
like repeat it again and again and again
Yes,
and again,
again
like what he
and
did.
again and again. Yeah.
See, I like how they kind of like his dad kind of nods at the fact that he doesn't he thinks his son was born through the Force, because I've always thought that Palpatine was kind of like I always forget the name of it, but the Sith chosen one.
The Sith Ari.
Sithari.
Yeah, I've always seen the argument. Oh well, Anakin was the Sithari. No,
No, Anakin was the
Have
Force's
y'all
chosen
seen
one.
Palpatine? Have y'all
Yep.
seen Palpatine?
It's exactly that doesn't add up because Anakin is actually the Force's chosen one. He did eventually bring balance to the Force, but just because Anakin turned to the dark side doesn't necessarily mean that he's the Sith Ari. You know, it was actually definitely Palpatine who is the Sith Ari, who is basically like the Sith version of the Chosen One prophecy, where they just like, hey, bend the galaxy to their will, and bring the Jedi Order to their knees. Exactly what Palpatine does. So, and in this book, they do talk about how Darth Bane was a Sith Ari, or how Darth Bane was a Sith Ari, and Plagueis wanted to mimic his seminal efforts.
Oh, dude. After this book, I can't wait to break into the Bane novel. But that's not the discussion for this live stream.
Yes. No.
I'm trying to go off on too many tangents.
Yeah, I think we're doing a pretty good job so far.
I love how they tease though, like because Plagueis constantly gets close to people who like obviously end up getting connected to Anakin somehow. Like when Palpatine's dad showing him around, they shows them where the Nabari family lives just over there.
The seeds are all planted there. He was also spying on Qui-Gon.
And then there's Gardilla the Hutt, who obviously owns Anakin Shmi first before Watto.
Yeah.
So he's constantly like very close to him, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, didn't Plagueis set up the pod race and all that for the Phantom Menace and all that?
Yeah, he
did. He did. When he was doing like special pod races on Malastare. When he was doing like special pod races on Malastare, that had definitely kind of like tied into like that's definitely tied into like everything going on in Tatooine. So he is the literal Sith mastermind.
Dude, I like how when Venemus is like lurking around in the background and Plagueis can't really pick up on the fact that it's a dark side user because he can only sense the Force.
He can sense the Force in him. Yes.
That's fucking interesting to me,
because
I really can't put it into fucking words.
Yes.
Like just describing it, like how to describe it, like aside from the fucking awesome. Because I mean that's powerful as shit. You know, you're able to mask the fact that you're using the dark side. Well, then again, Palpatine was able to fully mask everything.
He was able to mask his entire identity from the Jedi Order.
Yeah, like
that's how I think Venemus. That's how I think Venemus was in. That's how I think Venemus was able to shield the dark side when he was sneaking up on Plagueis. He was using like the Sith masking ability because like he is like, but you have to remember that Darth Venemus is also another Sith pretender because as Tenebrous broke the rule of two by training him while he was also training Plagueis at the same time. So that's why Plagueis probably didn't sense the dark side in him, and that's why he scoffed at the idea of him being and having the title of Darth because like maybe he thought Venemus was only like a dark Jedi or something.
Yeah. Or was Plagueis the fake Sith?
he would be contradicting himself, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to find a plot hole.
But it's a good book, so you can't find plot holes anywhere.
Because Plagueis was able to sense. Well, he didn't know it was venomous at the time, but he was able to sense venomous when Tenebris died, though, because he was able to sense another presence, but he thought it was something else. Like he didn't know what it was, because then
Well, it's because
he
like he
sensed
didn't.
it. Yeah, because he sensed it again when they were in that forest, and then finally
'Cause-
realized what it was when he saw him. But yeah, like obviously Plagueis was able to like just hide himself completely because he spoke to Jedi in that like 2 seconds before he saw Venomous earlier that day. And
Yeah.
yeah,
So
obviously,
he probably
yeah,
thought
he was
that
out.
he probably thought that one of those Jedi he spoke to earlier was coming to kill him, but like that presence he sensed earlier after he killed Tenebris, he was just like. My theory is that he was probably like reaching out through the Four Horse to see if there were any other dark side users out there who can like challenge him, and like he did sense Venomous out there, but he wasn't 100% sure if that actually was him. But like maybe Venomous like sneaking up on him later is what finally made him confirm it that he's a bit Sith assassin. That's my theory.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to.
Yeah, no, I'm
Trying
just
to
going
go
through
through
my
my
notes.
notes and find something.
Yeah.
I probably should have whittled these down, to be honest with you.
I would just honestly, I would just go through bullet points. That's how I keep everything organized.
That's what I'm trying to do. I got bullet points, but I'm trying to, find like an interesting one because there's some that I wrote and I'm like, well, I probably shouldn't have wrote that. That's like not interesting at all.
What is it though? What is it though?
Well, mainly it's just long as fuck, but it's talking about like the moment of death was fixed in space and time for the Rubicon crew. When he stows away on their ship and
Yes.
they're like, yeah,
the
no,
Woebegone.
fuck you, dude.
The Woebegone, yes, the Woebegone, yeah. It's the Woebegone crew that he completely like slices and dices up later.
Yeah, it says their midichlorians were preparing to be subsumed into the Force.
Yeah, I know. That's
Yeah,
it. Like, he was trying not to kill them. Like,
Yeah.
obviously have them on like
Yeah.
the brink of death. But I love how he studies the midichlorians and like wants to like watch them leave the body and shit. Like, it's real sick. But obviously he's got like such a passion about it and such an interest in it. Yeah,
that's a really cool move that he's like. Hey, that's a really cool move that he like that he can like feel their midichlorians and like feel everything and just feel everything around him. Like all Force users can do that for sure, but like Plagueis can do that on another level where he can actually like go through and study their midichlorians and the science behind them. Hardly any other Force user besides like maybe Qui-Gon, maybe Anakin could do that, but like he's a one of a kind dude.
Yeah, Plagueis is the OG.
OG. I honestly think he's a bit cooler than Palpatine. Not gonna lie.
And I swear I was just continuing a note, but I think I might have just started a new one. But it's the part where it says the Sith before Plagueis were able to draw upon the energy released during death to extend their own lives and those of others, and that teaching and essence transfer were lost over time. I love how it mentions that because he thought essence transfer was just like the cheapest way to extend your own life, and he's like, "That's not immortality. You're fucking stupid."
Exactly. You're just that's not immortality. That's not making yourself immortal. It's someone else. And he said later on that Darth Bane referred to sorcery as the purest form of the dark side. But yeah, it's a long forgotten art that up until like Palpatine later shamefully brings himself back to life later on. And he thought that essence transfer was kind of like a stupid way to do immortality. So that's why Plagueis kind of wanted to like go on his own personal quest to try and manipulate midichlorians to create his own dark side user, and also extend his life indefinitely using the midichlorians out of all these other specimens that he kept captive on. Like, which planet was it? Was it Munilist or?
Oh, dude, I didn't write down any of the names of the planets. The planet names always slip my mind. It don't matter what, except for like the main ones.
I know that he's on Baldemnik, Mygeeto, Naboo, Munilist, obviously, because that's where all the moons came from. And Coruscant, of course. Yeah, those are pretty much all the planets that I can remember.
Oh, what from this book?
Yes, exactly.
Naboo, Chandrila, they got a Malice there.
Chandrilla, Malastare, her. How did that fly? How did that fly over my head? Because I knew that Malastare was like one of the most important parts of the book. My memory's kind of
That's the
shit. That's why.
That's the other thing with Chandrilla, because obviously that's birthplace of Mon Mothma, because that's the
Mhm.
planet she represents. I'm pretty sure Ben Solo was born there, and that's one of the planets Palpatine tried to blow up with the second Death Star.
I had no idea Ben Solo was born there. That's a pretty interesting fact. Chandrilla is where Palpatine actually kills his parents, right? No, he kills it
Yeah,
on his like his
yeah.
own family ship.
Oh, on the
but it's on
ship, yeah, on the ship, yeah,
but it's orbiting him Chandrilla, so
yeah,
it's orbiting Chandrilla,
yeah,
so yeah.
yeah.
A thing that really stood out to
Henry,
me is that the thing that really stood out to me was like, hey, this I only know for sure. He said this in the fan animation made by Everest Production, which was like a word for word adaptation of the Plagueis novel. But I'm not gonna lie, when Plagueis said after her Palpatine's dad said, hey, I've always tried to kill you, and then Palpatine's like, well then you better do it
yeah.
now.
Sorry, I was moving around looking for my glasses.
Okay.
What were y'all talking about? I was also getting a drink.
We were talking about Chandrilla and how Palpatine he killed his family there, and also apparently that's also where her Mon Mothma and Ben Solo were born. So
Oh shit! Okay,
that's a really cool
that
fact.
I didn't know.
That's a really cool fact. Thanks for the lore drop.
There you go.
Oh man. So the next one I got kind of underneath what I was talking about with this the essence transfer bullshit. I'm kind of all over the place, you know.
Yeah.
when am I ever not all over the place? But it's talking about his labs of experiments on Munilist
Oh, yeah.
and how
Okay,
he
it's not
ran
Noodles. I got that right.
how he ran a blood test on himself despite the recent amplifications of his powers. His midichlorian count hadn't increased since Baldemnik, and it goes on to explain how blood transfusions from Force to non-Force users rarely resulted in the transfer of the ability to use the Force. It could grant temporary strength and resilience. The Force would take a toll on anyone who attempted to toy and mess with it, and the individual's midichlorians knew to whom they belong and became useless once they left their original vessel. Dude,
That's really interesting.
how powerful are fucking midichlorians? Like that is
the Force, because midichlorians they make up the Force itself. So it's like hey they got to be like the fucking godlike being of Star Wars, obviously, but like that is really interesting that like after Plagueis took like transfusions of his took like transfusions of his own blood had the Force always he's rebelled back at him repelled back at him, and none of the specimens that he was practicing on ever ended up being Force sensitive. And this is just one of the many anything that the Force her gave the middle finger to Plagueis. I guess for her. Obviously, we know that Anakin was created because the Force said no to Plagueis, and Palpatine tried to manipulate the midichlorians to create the perfect dark side user. And then Anakin him was born out of him. The midichlorians hence created Anakin inside of Shmi Skywalker, and one of the reasons why Anakin was the chosen one because he was the balanced he was the balanced concentration of midichlorians, and he was also the perfect Force entity who was supposed to bring balance to the Force. So that's why I don't understand why people think Anakin's the Sith. Ari, it's very much Palpatine who's the Sith. Ari.
I also like how it goes
Very
on.
interesting how, like,
You're good, bud.
I was gonna say it's very interesting, like how Plagueis views them versus how like the Jedi and like how Qui-Gon explains them to Anakin and the Fedmets. So they view them as like symbiotes, like working together all as one sort of thing. Then like Plagueis views them as like running interference for the Force and getting in the way of like actually being able to use the Force. Yeah, no, it's very interesting. It's very interesting.
Plagueis studying him, so it's like I also think this is a pretty cool fact that he just like Qui-Gon and Plagueis was like studying the symbionts of the Force and how it flows through other beings. So that's probably one of the many reasons why he tried had to implement that and do all these experiments. Which this is another reason why I think this book's so fucking good, because it's like it dives so deep into lore and it like connects everything together. Obviously everything from the Phantom Menace, but also even some stuff from Attack of the Clones. I'm kind of rambling on at this point, but like the reason why I'm talking about Attack of the Clones because I mentioned earlier that Plagueis he sits down and talks with Dooku and Sifo-Dyas. This makes me because before that had Plagueis went to Kamino, to clone a Yin Chori, to clone a Yin Chori template, clone a Yin Chori template, and the Kaminoans eventually he figured out how that wouldn't work as well as like a human template. So that's what eventually led to Dooku recruiting Jango Fett to create the whole clone army for the Republic, which both Palpatine and Plagueis kind of have orchestrated after Sifo-Dyas ordered it. So,
yeah. See, I actually have a note saying about the talks between Palps and Plagueis about taking out the Jedi order by assigning assassins to each Jedi Knight. And then they're like, you know what? No. We gotta assign one to everybody in the Jedi Order. And then they're talking with, like you said, Qui-Gon and Sifo-Dyas and Dooku, and they're like, yeah, we could just grow an army. And Sifo-Dyas like, what?
Sifo-Dyas like, what? Huh? What the fuck?
Yes. And I do like
he's like, are you suggesting cloning Jedi? Are you suggesting cloning Jedi? And it's like, no, that's not possible. Cloning Jedi is impossible. Is impossible unless if you count Force Unleashed H2. That is.
Yeah. But I just
really
love.
Cool. That's really cool. Yeah.
I love how Sifo-Dyas is the one is like, oh, what are you talking about, dude? And like even in the book, it says like he realizes that he may have said too much and quits talking right then and there. And then he eventually goes on to be the one to place the order, like you said, for the clone army.
Yes, exactly.
We should get a Sifo-Dyas show or movie. I want to see
Absolutely. Absolutely. Show everything. Like show his relationship with Dooku. Show his relationship with Dooku and everything. Show him like actually ordering the clone army and like how exactly he went missing, and saying how exactly Dooku killed him and everything. That would be very interesting. I mean, like that would work perfectly fine as a Tales of the Jedi arc. We already have Dooku's backstory in Tales of the Jedi. Why not Sifo-Dyas' backstory?
Remember when I thought that Soul was fucking Sifo-Dyas for some reason? Back when the Acolyte trailer dropped.
That's a shit to the fan theory, bro.
Yeah.
That's an absolute shit to the fan theory, bro.
I thought it was Sifo-Dyas because it was like before the Phantom Menace, but I didn't know that it was supposedly 100 years, and I didn't put two and two together. And
that's bullshit. It's 87
years. I went off the concept art of Sifo-Dyas and the way that Soul looked. I was like, well, that's Sifo-Dyas. So like, there's no way it can't be. And then they named
that would have been.
I was like, yeah, that's not Sifo-Dyas.
honestly, Sifo-Dyas would have worked way better than whatever the fuck went wrong with that show. But it's like I also remember in that same like A-word trailer, her reaction. We thought that the dude with the red lightsaber was Darth Malik. Like we were actually reaching that far that it was going to be an Old Republic flashback.
Yeah.
Oh,
if only, bro. If only.
Let's see here.
Anyway, back to Plagueis. What else did you want to talk about?
Excuse me. I like Plagueis' speech to Palpatine about people falling to the dark side or blaming the dark side, that they have no claim to the dark side, which is wild considering Anakin was like the claim of the dark side. Like
it was more like the dark side claim. It was more like the dark side claimed him. Anakin never wanted to do any of that. But it is interesting because no Jedi. Anakin didn't want to fall to the dark side. He felt like he had to save Padme, as they clearly explained in Revenge of the Sith and everything. But it's like, this book perfectly shows that the dark side torments people. As the dark side torments people, and those who turn to the dark side are one with it. They're the one using that power.
Speaking of Jedi falling to the dark side, the part where it talks about where Plagueis is telling Palpatine, like, that many Jedi can fall to the dark side, but there's only been one Sith in 1,000 years who has strayed into the light. Do you think he was talking about Revan?
I think he was. Yeah, because Revan Revan was literally the only Jedi to ever come back from the dark side up until Anakin came along. So
Yeah.
they do talk about Revan and other Sith Lords in this book. So
Well,
that he definitely could be talking about Revan.
In Revenge of the Sith, it talks about how Depa Billaba fell to the dark side and came back, and that was before Anakin.
Well, then how come we never saw Depa Billaba like using any like Sith abilities in like the Clone Wars show or anything?
So that's in the Revenge of the Sith novel, but I think because obviously with the movie novelizations, obviously it's all canon until something contradicts it, because obviously that's in the pre-Disney era, but they haven't actually made that stuff legend. So it's all canon until it gets contradicted. So at the very start,
Depa Billaba falling to the dark. So Depa Billaba falling to the dark side and coming back. I don't think that's been contradicted yet. I think they just painted her as just like a full-on Jedi. Is it canon that she's Mace Windu's Padawan still?
Yeah.
Okay. So I wouldn't be surprised because Mace Windu, considering how much of a fucking asshole he is, he's the master of just letting Jedi fall to the dark side.
She got because it does get covered in comics like ages and ages and ages ago, like years and years ago. I'm pretty sure she got poisoned or something. She got like her mind got messed around with. And yeah, she pretty well ends up like she stabs Mace Windu, and she could have killed him. Yeah, she could. She went to. He held the saber because when he held the saber in him, because if he didn't, she was just gonna like drag that thing across him.
How did Mace Windu survive that shit?
Because he's Mace Windu.
Because he's Mace Windu. He's Mace Windu. He has
claw
armor.
He's not
was it before or after Disney acquired the rights?
Obviously the Revenge of the Sith novel was before Disney, and the comics that came out talking about it was before Disney. I did a short on it.
Okay, so
a while ago,
we can't even blame Disney for that. God damn it! Fuck!
He should have fucking died right there. Everything would have ended right there.
Oh man!
Because at the start of the
Mace Windu
it's like the first couple pages of the Revenge of the Sith book. It's talking about like how people perceive the Jedi and that. And it mentions these two Jedi that fell to the dark side. Yeah, one was Depa Billaba. I was like, wait, what? And so I went like researched that.
One was Depa Billaba. The other had to be
comics.
The other had to be Dooku, right? The other had to be Dooku.
Nah, it was a Jedi like never heard of before.
Jedi never heard of.
I was just talking about people that have fallen recently, I think. Yeah. No, the other one I named was someone like never heard of before.
I don't want to read those comics, considering that Mace Windu, who got a lightsaber to the gut, but he was still fine after that, and that means like he could have prevented all this shit. Because I will die on the hill that Mace Windu was one of the main factors why Anakin turned, and I'm like, bro, Depa, you suck. You should have finished the job right there.
If you search her up like and then go like canon verse legends.
So this is Legends, obviously, right? This is pre-Disney.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but obviously in canon, she's still because in Legends, I think after that she gets put inside like a Bacta tank for like 8 months or something, and then
wow.
Yeah, like she's in a Bacta tank while Order 66 happens or something in Legends. It's something like that.
Bro, that's fucking wildly different because in canon, Depa Billaba died during Order 66.
That's what I mean. Yeah, canon and Legends very different. Very, very different. Like in canon, she doesn't fall the dark side at all because you see her in the Clone Wars and that.
Yes, I'm actually glad that she doesn't, because that would make me hate Mace Windu even more. He allowed Dooku and Anakin to fall to the dark side. Now he let his own fucking Padawan fall. He can't keep getting away with this. Okay, we kind of went off on a tangent about that and like why Mace Windu sucks ass and everything. What were we talking about Plagueis before?
I don't remember what we were talking about before the tangent, but I did find a note that I did want to go back to.
We did already Jedi being fallen.
Oh yes, the Jedi being attached to assassins.
It was Revan or not. Yeah.
I think it is Revan because he was literally the only other Sith who came back to the light side before Anakin even came along. So
yeah. So this note I found kind of goes back to one we already talked about, like Palpatine's training, like how he told him, like, if you survive just a bit longer, I'll train you. That stood out to me because that Palpatine was already the most patient ass motherfucker planning out the Phantom Menace through the end of Revenge of the Sith. And then to find out that you went through all that before you even started your training is like, dude, you are one dedicated ass force user, politician. You're just a dedicated person. Like,
that's why he's the GOAT. That's why he's like one of the GOATs of like, damn, that's one of the GOATs. That's why he's like one of the GOATs of Star Wars villains, because he plotted out everything. Even before he became a Sith, he had the whole grand plan in his mind. That's like fucking insane, because Palpatine's like he's always supposed to be the pure evil. He's always supposed to be the 100% pure evil Darksider, even from when he was a teenager. So I love that they actually stuck to that. I'm glad that they didn't like pull a Disney and try to make Palpatine sympathetic.
Yeah.
So even like the way he talks and that, and like his feelings and that, when he's 17, when we first meet him, talking about, thinks humans should have the upper hand on Naboo over Gungans. And he's saying, think about what the Senate might accomplish under the leadership of a strong being, which is that's just exactly how he gaslights.
That's just for that, like, that just sets up everything that Palpatine does.
Yeah.
That just like sets up everything Palpatine does.
Getting Valorum kicked out, and then
yeah, that's crazy how great he is at planning and everything. And like that one single line alone, that should tell you that Palpatine, ever since he was a teenager, he always wanted to have total control over the galaxy and everything. Because like Palpatine, he was a pretty specious guy. Let's be real.
You know what kind of stands out to me about the people around Palpatine in his life?
What?
Like Vidar Kim and shit like that. Like when like his family like died or whatever, and he has like no remorse. Like, how is there not any red flags going off in anybody's head? Like, this dude probably had something to do with it, man. Like, really?
I actually think he's using that same him and masking ability. No, I actually think he's using that same mask ability to hide everything from Vidar Kim, so he doesn't like find out that he killed his family. That's my theory.
There's just some point. I don't know if it's just like, watching fucking true crime TV shows a lot growing up, and like, you can watch stuff and you're like, okay, so how'd you not get caught here? How'd you not get caught here? That's kind of like the mindset I had when like he's talking to everybody after it. I'm like, bro, how are y'all not picking up on the fact that this man like does not care? That should really be a big ass fucking thing to y'all.
Yeah, same. It went for everyone on the Boohoo, including Vidar Kim, and it went for the Jedi too. They're just being fucking dumb. They're just being fucking dumb for the plot to progress.
Speaking of it working for the Jedi, when Plagueis says basically the same line that Mace Windu said in, was it Attack of the Clones or was it Revenge of the Sith, where he said that their ability to use the Force has been diminished?
That's Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones.
But Plagueis also said it to Palpatine like during his training, and it's crazy that he says that and that they can't sense the growing darkness, considering he's like the one person. He's like the only one, considering Palpatine's not even like his apprentice yet.
Yeah, so Plagueis is that is crazy. That's like the Jedi's ability to use the Force has been diminished, because for a long time they were always like in arrogance that like, oh, the Sith are gone, everything's fine. But the fact that there's even one Sith Lord out there, and he's like the one that's like planting the seeds for the galaxy to fall into turmoil. Well, that proves that Plagueis is he's like the mastermind of keeping everything secret underneath the Jedi's nose, and like Palpatine probably took that ability from him. That's just my guess.
Oh, can we talk about the fact that Plagueis is rude as fuck to like humans and other species, but he was nice to the droid that was telling the one drilling droid to stop before the mine exploded and all that.
Yeah. He's just like he's just calmly saying, query the probe to excavate around the near pocket. But then everyone else, he's just like, it's like, get off your fucking ass and just do it right now.
Well, not even that. Like when when people are dying around Plagueis, I'm assuming that he's just like, well, this is just how it's supposed to be. But then when the droid's like, if I stay here and this thing explodes, I'm gonna die. Like I'm gonna explode with it. He's like, well, you've done well, droid. You've done well.
You've done well. You've done
It's
well.
like, really, dude?
Right? He just does not give a shit. That's what's so funny about it.
He cared about that droid a little bit.
At least a little bit, yeah.
I think we've kind of gone over all my notes.
That's all your notes?
You know that moon on Munilist, that Sojourn or Sojourn probably
Yes.
with a silent J. So obviously, like there was a couple pretty significant things that happened there that obviously link up to the Phantom Menace as well, because that's where like the Trade Federation was reorganized.
Yes.
And that's also where Valorum being Chancellor first got brought up.
Mm-hmm.
How
Valorum was like, bro, how Valorum like started running hunting to be Chancellor and everything. So that Mew was probably like
him. Yeah, and that's why probably because obviously when they're in the Senate and Padme first brings up what's happening on Naboo, and Valorum saying, "Oh, can we send like a committee there to have a look and verify your claims and all that?" And she's like, "No, I want something done right now about it." And then Palpatine steps in. He's like, "This is where the banking clan step in," because he's tied to them. Like they're really the ones that are powerful, and it all makes sense here why, because they're the ones that got him into office in the first place.
Yes, exactly. And Plagueis leaving a double life as both the Sith Lord and as Higo Damas, and as Higo Damas leading Damas holdings. That's probably how Palpatine got involved with the banking clan in the first place.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Every time I heard banking clan in the audio version, the only thing I could picture and hear and see and my mind went to was the banking clan will sign your
treaty. That's exactly what I thought. It's like I just hear even every time I hear Plagueis, I just hear her that dude, but he's just wearing black robes and going like, "Hey," I'm like, the banking clan will sign your treaty.
Yeah. I really did enjoy this book or this go around. I mean, I still don't think that it's like the best, and I don't think that. I mean, it's good. It's up there. It's probably
really good,
one of the best ones that I've read so far. But
really good.
It's got nothing on Revenge of the Sith.
I really want a Plagueis Funko now.
A Plagueis Funko, that would be so good, bro.
Well, I've got.
Oh, you got
the Palpatine one just came out. Yeah, well, that one just came out. So we've got Revenge of the Sith.
That's him going like unlimited power. Like I already have two Vaders, and I have Revan, which is a really exclusive one. I got Revan, which is like an exclusive one. Yeah. And then I have two Count Dooku's, one from Revenge of the Sith and one from the Clone Wars. So they have to make a Darth Plagueis Funko Pop. I would definitely want a Darth Plagueis Funko Pop because like. It'd be so cool to have finally have like a mutant Sith Lord and everything, because come on, Plagueis looks super fucking cool.
Imagine how much of it would be like his head though. The body would have to go up to like here, and then the rest would just be his fucking head.
Or maybe just like make a fucking long ass box to help his huge head fit in there.
Nah, dude, they'd have no choice but to make him like one of those like 1 foot fucking Funko Pops or whatever it is.
Yeah, they have to give him the Kenobi Grand Inquisitor in treatment and shrink him down.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking speaking of Plagueis figures and shit like that, I was watching one of I forgot what, if it was a stream or a podcast or whatever the hell Tony was on, but they were talking about a Darth Plagueis Black Series figure.
Oh, he was on that podcast with Ricky, and like they showed images of this old Darth Plagueis figure, the Black Series figure, and like, dude, that's so cool. They have to resell that. That would like sell out instantly.
Anakin Revenge of the Sith Black Series figure was expensive that I sent you. Dude, I looked up the Darth Plagueis one. That shit is going for like $250 plus.
I was gonna say I've never even seen it. I don't think
that is fucking insane, because like Plagueis is obviously more rare than Anakin, so that makes sense why he costs more. But like, dude, I don't give a shit. I'd blow my whole wallet on that thing. I'd execute Order 66 on my wallet for that thing.
Hold on. I'm pulling it up. You said you've never seen it, Jesse?
No, I don't think I have.
I've seen a picture of it. He looks pretty much identical to how he looks in like some fan animations, like fan art, and how he actually looks in canon.
Yeah, is it like one of the first releases or something? Yeah, right.
I think that's the first ever like figure that they ever made of him. Period. And
yeah, right.
There's young Palpatine there too. Also, I have to.
2013.
I gotta say this. Isn't it fucking cool that Plagueis has like a saber pike? Like it's so long.
Yeah, I know.
Well, they said in the book, didn't they,
yes.
that they used force pikes to avoid using their lightsabers?
Yes, and Plagueis, he had like being immune. He had like pretty huge ass fingers, so it makes sense why he would want kind of thing. Why he would fit it so. So that kind of reminds me of the Force Unleashed. The Force Unleashed when those Royal Guards had saber pikes, if that makes sense.
We got a like, I think, because there's
we got a like. Who was that? Who was
that? Know. I have no idea.
No, isn't that I remember that used to happen to Hannah from the racer. It was a Mac thing. If you do that on a Mac or something, sometimes because you just imitated holding it. Yeah, if you do that
on my
Mac,
iPhone.
Sometimes
I'm on my iPhone Max. It's not doing shit right now.
So it might be an Apple. Yeah, it must be an Apple thing because I remember it used to happen to Hannah all the time on her stream. She'd be like, "What the fuck is happening here?" And yeah, she figured it out after a couple.
Yeah.
Every time she did something that looked like that, yeah. Every couple times, it's like this thumbs up and a bubble popped up. What the fuck is that?
I don't know. I'd be fucking confused too.
Yeah, no, I'm not on a Mac. I'm on a fucking Chromebook. I'm not even on Windows right now.
yeah. I've already let have Chromebook in the fucking dust because that's just some ancient dinosaur tech right there.
Well, it's free of use right now, so I can't complain.
Okay.
So, is there anything else that really stood out from the first 15 chapters to either of y'all? Because we kind of covered everything that.
Well, there was that one really great quote that Plagueis says called "Remember why the Sith are more powerful than the Jedi, Sidious, because we are not afraid to feel. We embrace the spectrum of emotion from the heights of transcendent joy to the depths of hatred and despair." Like that's the perfect description of what the dark side actually does to people and how it corrupts them, and how like the Sith are way more powerful than the Jedi because they embrace their emotions, and in a way, that is kind of true because as Anakin after his Vader kept all of his emotions under control when he was a Sith Lord. Even though like Anakin, he had like super strong emotions and everything, but like the fact that people who fall to the dark side are determined by their emotions is so cool to me. That's a really great quote.
That is a really nice fucking quote.
I know. I had that in my notes on Instagram. It's really fucking good.
Jesse, anything stand out to you?
No, it was really just there was that little bit where they spoke about they thought Darth Bane had experimented with essence transfer and that sort of stuff. But yeah, none of this it never amounted to being able to survive in your own body because Plagueis obviously didn't want to be trapped as like a lingering presence where he could only influence other people or entering another body. He wanted to stay within his own mind and body, which is sort of half and half what Palpatine was able to do. He still had his own mind, but obviously went to a shit version of his body.
Yep, this like old fucked up version. This old fucked up version of his body and everything. Yeah. It's just like, why would he choose like a zombie body about everything? But yeah, the essence transfer is very interesting because Plagueis thinks that's just not the way to go. How you preserve your life and force with the Force and everything. But it's really interesting. It's a really interesting lore drop. That's why I love this book so much because it's so invested in the lore of the Sith and everything.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that Disney kind of opens their eyes and they work with James Luceno and we get a Darth Plagueis novel, or we get a show, or we already got a fucking novel.
It's literally right fucking here, dude.
Or a show.
movie show, whatever.
Cartoon,
I would say
comic,
trilogy, animated show, Tales of the Sith arc, who knows. I would definitely go for like a live action. I would actually think a live action movie would work best for Plagueis because like I wonder who they would cast as younger Palpatine, and seeing Plagueis in live action as immune, as someone who thought the Acolyte was just the biggest piece of dog shit. At least I have to admit that Plagueis looked really cool in live action. So they should use that more often. Disney should actually listen to the fans and give us a whole movie or show based off of that.
Did we watch different shows? Because all I saw was a pair of eyes and a fucking brick wall, dude. What part of Plagueis did you actually see?
I don't know. It's just the fact that his name was on a Wikipedia page, and I immediately thought it was Plagueis. So who knows?
Well, the sad part about the Acolyte being canceled is we'll never know who that green little creature was at the end. So,
yeah, the mission, the nightmares, they're finally over.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh shit. We got
Tony.
Star Wars Sith.
Hello there, Tony. Hey, how's it going?
Well.
Thanks for trying to steal my wife from me, you bastard.
Not shit, Mr. Star Wars Sith. We were just about to kind of look at the chat because we kind of already covered just about everything.
Yeah, we talked about everything we wanted to Plagueis, so let's go ahead and see what's in. No, she's not, Tony. No, she's not. You will not take her from me.
I made her laugh.
What does that shit even mean? What does that even mean, dude?
Tony got 3 fucking pictures with fucking Shin Hati because he purposely fucking blinked twice.
You got 3.
Yeah, asshole.
Yeah, bro.
You bastard.
Jesus.
You will not take her from me. We made tons of eye contact to the panel. Well, I don't think she was like interested in you. I think she was going around asking other people's questions, and she just happened to look at this one dude and like, oh hi, maybe I'm gonna get a photo op with you later. That's just my prediction.
No.
Yes.
I was sitting next to Tony at the panel. She dead ass locked eyes at him and went.
This is outrageous. It's unfair. Oh my god.
Since Jesse wasn't here,
you might need to edit his name on. Take out the shitty boyfriend.
Next comment.
Since Jesse wasn't here and Tony wasn't here earlier, but we got Tony's celebration pin.
Oh, late. Awesome.
That's super awesome that it has Anakin with Sith eyes and it has a Mustafar backdrop too. That's awesome. That's awesome, bro.
We got Kid Anakin from Tony. All the shit I bought at the convention was from Tony. I didn't really buy anything at the actual convention except autographs.
That's very nice, yeah.
Yes.
I still want that, bro. That's so sick, bro. That's so cool, bro.
Are you gonna get like a saber or something to put that stand with?
Probably. I kind of just hold it close to my chest at night and make sure that it's safe.
I'm the one with her lightsaber, so suck it. There's Hunter right there. There's
Hunter.
Yep.
And Wrecker.
Yep.
And that's all the dope shit that I got from Mr. Tony and a carry bag, but I don't feel like carrying that right now.
That's a super dope low, bro. I'm especially a huge fan of the Kid Anakin figure.
Yeah, we've got a convention in 6 weeks, I think. So Anthony Daniels is coming to that here, so that'll be pretty cool.
Anthony Daniels, nice,
dude.
Adam Savage is coming as well, but yeah, no, Anthony Daniels.
Whoa, that's so cool, bro.
When I was in line for the autographs for Shin, the 2 people I was sandwiching between, they were older guys, so they grew up with the original trilogy coming out and shit like that.
Yeah,
this one dude literally has almost met just about every single actor that was in any bit of Star Wars, from a background actor to a main actor. Dude,
he met Hayden, Ewan, Sam Witwer, Natalie Portman.
I think he's working on Hayden. Yeah, he definitely. Him and his daughter met Ewan. He got a couple things signed by Ian McDermott. He just, and then there was a dude outside.
Mark Hamill.
Yeah, he met Mark Hamill.
Nice.
He just had a lot. There was a dude outside that was talking to me and Tony, and he had pictures of like people from Star Trek, from different fucking shows. Fucking Carrie Fisher, fucking a bunch of people were fucking cool, dude. They had a bunch of cool ads.
That's
Yeah,
not
conventions
bro.
are always cool, dude.
That dude's like the grand master of meeting celebrities, bro. He has all of them.
I wonder if Ian McDermott knows about this.
I mean, sure
Ian McDermott would absolutely love this, bro.
I'm sure he would, since we're all showing our copies of the books.
Yes. Show us an earphone or something. Show us an earphone.
Right.
They're all in my car.
Yes. Okay, right, let's see who else. Let's see anyone else in the chat.
We got Galactic Cantina saying
I'm 3/4 into the audiobook. Oh, that's really cool. You're gonna get into the really good stuff sooner or later. Just finished the book a week ago. It's a great book. I agree. Hey, Star Wars Gazer. It's one of my favorite Star Wars novels for sure. Crazy how Plagueis killed someone with internal force lightning. I know, bro. That was at the end of the book when he like kills Vidar Kim and he finally reveals that he's Darth Plagueis, and then he like uses his midichlorian. He manipulates the midichlorians on his insides, and he kills him from the fucking inside, which is just insane. When I read that, my jaw dropped, bro.
How does that work? Does anything actually come out, or like how does that work?
Well, he doesn't like make any like force lightning come out of his body. He kind of like has internal force. He kind of makes the midichlorians act up inside of him and then destroy each other with the force lightning inside. So that's brutal, dude. That's awesome.
I wonder how they'd make that work on live action.
Just show a dude who just like swarming around having a seizure while Plagueis is just like force choking him.
Holy
God. Shit. Well,
that's so cool.
You said that was at the end of the book?
Yes, it's towards the end. And not quite there
that just got spoiled for me. Thanks a lot.
Sorry, dude. Sorry. Okay, sorry. It's fine.
Really. How am I going to care about something that is getting spoiled about something that came out in like 2012?
Yes, exactly. There's going to be spoilers everywhere. 100%. Adapted into the film. There are so many book hooks that they could use. All they have to do is adapt it. For real, bro. Oh, the whole script for a Darth Plagueis spinoff is right here. Just show the rise of Palpatine. Show Plagueis doing like force manipulation. Just tie it into the Phantom Menace. It's that simple.
You know why it's not that simple?
Why?
Because they don't give a fuck. That's why.
No. Most of the time they don't know. The book I'm starting is Queen's Hope. Then after that, I'll read Brotherhood. Oh, Brotherhood, the book with Anakin and Obi-Wan and the business on Cato Nemodia that doesn't count. I have to read that, bro. That sounds so good.
Dude, you need to. That book is so fucking good. I finished it in like a day and a half.
Definitely got to get onto that because I'm a huge prequel fan. It's my first Legends book and was a good choice to start with it. Yeah. My first Legends book was actually the Heir to the Empire trilogy, which I started like fucking way further down the timeline. And like, this is back when Ahsoka came out and like Thrawn came back in Ahsoka, and I wanted to study out more on Thrawn's character. I wanted to study out more on Thrawn's character. So now that I've finished Plagueis and I just started the Revan book, so after I'm done with Revan, I should probably like read the canon Thrawn trilogy, which has more her information on Thrawn and how he like worked with Anakin during the Clone Wars and how he knows he turned into Vader and everything. So that's going to be a really interesting read to get onto.
Yeah, I don't remember what my first Legends book was. God damn, why do I have so many fucking alarms on my phone? But what was it? It was either, would Revenge of the Sith be considered canon or Legends?
Well, I think it's
canonical.
I think it's like Legends because there's a couple things in there that don't really align with anything with the film and everything. Was like Depa Billaba turning to the dark side and everything. That doesn't align with current canon, but everything else works just fine.
For argument's sake, we'll say it's Legends. So my first Legends book was definitely Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, I mean, some of the detailed descriptions of what happens in the scenes could be canon. You know.
Can one of you please find me a movie novelization that has the Legends banner on it?
Okay. It's actually, I don't think there is. I don't think there is. So that maybe.
No, it's not. I wouldn't call it Legends. I think it's just up to you've got to be able to interpret it. So it's sort of like how the old system worked, how there's sort of like levels to it. So obviously George Lucas's interpretation was at the top, and if other stuff didn't contradict it, then you could sort of put it in a timeline. So with like the
can
movie
sort
novelizations, yeah, it's still majority of it still works, but it's just like the little things like Depa Billaba and that falling. You just got to be able to, read through it
yeah.
and be able to
It's like up in the
differentiate.
it's like up in the air if it like fits along with anything. It doesn't really contradict anything George did, so you can technically
Yeah,
consider it as like almost close to the original George Lucas canon, but not quite there.
but yeah, and majority of it is still Disney canon. It's just those little things like the Depa Billaba stuff and things like that, which haven't happened in
Yeah,
canon. So you can just say that fits into Legends, but the rest of the book's still canon.
that's a perfect explanation. Yeah.
All right, and then we got Sean.
Kenrick almost told her about you, Darth. What did you
Yeah,
tell her? What did you tell her?
when I went up and I was talking to her at the autographs, you know how I said that, like, oh, me and my buddies, like, we love you. We can't wait for season 2, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Hopefully we'll see Abeloth trying to get a little insider scoop. She wouldn't budge. I was
No.
thinking about being like, yeah, my buddy Darth Christensen 17 on Instagram, he's got like a massive fucking crush on you. Like,
Yeah. Yes. Actually, that's not how, that's actually important information because didn't you say in our chat that she said, "Oh, thank you."
yeah, she did say thank you for that you guys loved Ahsoka season 1 and that you guys are looking forward to season 2.
I'm just patiently waiting around for Ahsoka season 2. It's like my most anticipated thing right now. I really hope that like Shin gets more character development. So
That's it.
I
I
mean,
don't
Alright.
know, like, I don't know how much they actually know about it though, because like I know. So, for example, like Emily Swallow, who's obviously the armorer in Mando, when she came to my hometown last year for a convention, she was talking about it and she was saying, yeah, with like season 2 and with season 2, she wasn't even in it in Mando, but like season
mhm.
3, she doesn't even know half the stuff that's happening until it actually airs. Like they don't tell her shit.
So she
She knows the
doesn't
part shit. No, they are so secretive about it. So like
she
when
doesn't
she
know shit about
auditioned,
like the Mandalorian Grogu movie because armor would it would make a lot
oh,
more sense
she'd
for
know
the armor to be
nothing.
a Mandalorian Grogu movie. So
Yeah,
she doesn't know
she'd know
shit.
nothing. She knows
So
her parts in that and how it fits in, but she doesn't know what like other stuff that's going on.
So from my experience, whenever her Lucasfilm keeps something like super fucking secretive, like they don't tell the actor shit, you know that something really good is happening because I remember like
I
back
hope so.
like during Mando, I remember back when Mando season 2 came out, no one saw Luke Skywalker coming and he blew everyone away. Same thing with
Yeah,
like Ahsoka. I think Dave was pretty quiet about what was going to happen in Ahsoka, and now that's out. Everyone saw like Anakin showing up, the Mordecai had tie-ins, the Night Sisters, and everything. And that was like completely surprised. I was like completely surprised all of us, and that had like blown us away. So whatever's gonna happen in season 2, it's I'm trying to come up with what I can think here, but it's gonna be fucking legendary, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't know shit at Lucasfilm because somebody asked Shin about how her audition went. And I even made a reel like the dude asked
Yeah.
her like, when did you find out it was a Star Wars project? She was like, I didn't find out until my team found out, and they found out way
yeah,
before I fucking did.
Oh yes, that's insane. It's like her team told her that she was working on a Star Wars show, and then that's how she found out. Like, that's interesting. That's interesting.
mm,
That's interesting how like Lucasfilm's like secrecy is. So whatever's going on with
yeah.
season
No,
2, I
Emily
think
Swallow said the same. Yeah,
whatever like
like when
she,
yeah.
when she was like asked about the Mando and Grogu movie.
Oh, when she auditioned for the armor in season 1, she didn't know what she was auditioning for.
She had the same exact experience as Shin. She didn't know it was a Star Wars show.
Yeah, yeah. They're
Interesting.
super secretive. Well, I mean, they
Interesting.
do a
Yeah.
good job because most of the stuff never gets out.
Yeah. Most of it, no.
Yeah,
There's usually like
it's
fan
like
speculation, like fake leaks and everything, but yeah.
yeah, it's like I always wonder, like, because obviously with the Luke Skywalker thing, they all the actors on set, besides the ones actually playing the roles, got told it was Plo Koon. Why did none of them
Hmm.
question it? I would have
It's
been
exactly like
questioning that so
Plo Koon's
much.
dead. Like, wouldn't they go like Plo Koon's dead? What is he doing
No,
here? Exactly.
I would have been
They,
questioning so much.
yeah, like just the pure fact that Plo Koon is Dave's favorite Jedi, people actually bought into that. But he
Yeah, I know.
he
Yeah,
wanted Luke's return to be so magical and so surprising that he wanted to cover up with Plo Koon, which I honestly respect him for that. It was such a magical moment to see Luke come back.
I did so well. Yeah,
Hmm. Man, I wish I went to the panel. Like, Ivana, she seems like such a sweet and nice person. I wish I could meet her.
Oh, dude, she's so fucking nice. Like I said, if you go and meet her, you just got to kind of be prepared for people with multiple fucking items.
Yep.
But it's also on like the convention workers to be like, all right, bro, you need to speed this up. Come on, man. Like there's other people online. Because like the one dude that did it. What?
What was that?
The dude that had a lot, did he pay for like, because I'm assuming it's the same as here in Australia. You have to pay for each individual item to get signed.
Yeah.
And it's cut.
I mean, if he paid, he paid.
There's extra costs for like signatures too. So like, can you imagine going through every single fucking item in that cart? Like, dude, your whole mortgage is gonna be gone at this point.
The thing is, he was like one of the last people that got to go before she had to leave for her like 1 o'clock panel, and it was fucking ridiculous.
That's fucking insane. I wouldn't even bring that much shit. I would only bring like a couple posters and figures and a lightsaber.
Oh, dude, there was people complaining in VIP. There was people complaining in general admission.
That's insane, bro.
A lot of people do like consignments
Sean,
and stuff.
Sean, wait, live action Darth Jar Jar. Dude, that would go so hard. Misa going to hurt you, sir.
Didn't mean to cut you off there, Jesse. Sorry. What?
Yeah, I know. Some people do like consignments and stuff. So like that could have been like stuff from like 20 different people or something that have sent them in, like paid him, sent them in, stuff like that. Yeah.
It's like that many people trying to sign at once. It gets fucking overwhelming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We got another comment from Sean saying that he misses Ray.
I know, bro. Rest in peace, Ray. Hopefully they can find someone who can. Hopefully whoever they recast Balin as, they can like find someone who can act like him and portray him the same way Ray did, or like at least try to mimic him, because Ray was awesome. No one can replicate that.
Yeah, it was so nice seeing Shin talk about Balin like that. Like she says that like without Ray, there would have been no Shin. Like he was her master on and off screen.
Like Balin made Shin the way she is. So she also described Ray as some kind of like Force ghost guiding her. So that was so sweet.
We got Galactic Cantina again. Just came home from work
and we're still live. Yeah, we're going for an hour and 17 minutes now already.
Yeah, we're just kind of going through the chat and just kind of.
We already finished off our thoughts on the first half of Have a Plagueis. Now we're just going through the chat and everything. So.
Yeah, well, I unfortunately have got to. We're probably going to end it here because I gotta get ready for work and all that shit. If I decide to go to work, I haven't decided that yet. But
don't do it.
Just be prepared.
Be prepared for anything. Yeah.
But yeah, that was a fun ass fucking stream. I can't lie.
I know, it was really fun. Can't wait to come back and review the rest of the book, because there's some really cool shit that happens in the second half of the book.
Yeah, hopefully it's not a pain in the ass to schedule the second half of the stream, but
hopefully not. No.
So is it 30 chapters in total? Is it pretty well half? Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, 15's half of 30. So yes.
I can't math, so I don't know. 2 + 2 equals triangles.
Yes, 200,000 units are 200,000 units already, with 1 million more well on the way.
Have either of you read this book before?
Lords of the Sith. Is that Vader and Palpatine working together?
Yes,
that is so cool, bro.
Popping up in my Audible, but it hasn't really piqued my interest. Is it worth it?
Oh no, I only got it the other day, so I'll go on the long list of books I've got to read.
I'll
read you the little.
So how much?
Oh, dude, that's
Skywalker Family at War. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I have
chapter 4.
I have a Return of the Jedi. I have a Return of the Jedi from a certain point of view, and that has the Anakin Force Ghost story in it. So good. It's so fire.
That is my favorite YouTube video I've ever made. I fucking love that one.
I know, I fucking loved it too. Explaining how Anakin became a Force Ghost. It's so beautiful, bro. I should definitely read Lords of the Sith because does it like go into detail of like Vader's apprenticeship to Palpatine and everything like that?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll read a little bit on the back too. So on Ryloth, oh, that's a great book too.
Star Wars
On
archetypes, yeah.
Ryloth, on Ryloth, a planet crucial to the Empire as a source of slave labor and a valuable narcotic called spice, an anti-imperial resistance movement has arisen, but Emperor Palpatine will not be denied the embattled world's precious resources. With his merciless disciple Darth Vader at his side, the Emperor undertakes a personal mission to crush the insurrection. But the tide turns when an ambush maroons the two Sith on the planet's surface, and the rebellion's leaders seize the opportunity to strike at the very heart of their ruthless oppressors. Facing an enemy army with only their lightsabers and each other to depend on, Palpatine and Vader must decide if the brutal bond they share will make them victorious allies or lethal adversaries. I'm pretty sure it's about 5 years after Revenge of the Sith.
5 years after Revenge of the Sith, you know.
I
Oh,
think
here's
it's about
another thing
5
that
or
happened.
plus.
Yeah, so that's cool. Well, like Palpatine and Vader are going out there, like stopping rebel movements and they're,
It's
like,
really
stopping rebel
similar to what
movements.
happened. It's really similar to what happens in the comics that take place between episode 5 and 6.
Yes,
Because,
Vader
they get-
also. Yeah, Palpatine
Yeah.
also sent Vader to like hunt down some other rebel sects and everything while he was looking for Luke.
Yeah. Well, Vader, it's like one of the only times I've actually seen Palpatine come and whip out his lightsaber himself, because they got very close to fucking destroying the Sith.
Yeah,
Very close. Because Vader just
Too
ended up
close,
losing
bro.
control of his whole. Yeah, Vader just ended up losing control of his force abilities. Like, he couldn't control it. Every time he tried to use them, it'd be like a lightning strike going off.
Vader can't use
Couldn't
lightning
control
though. Vader can't use lightning though. Are you talking about Palpatine not being able to control
No,
it?
not him, but like just the environment around him, because he couldn't use it. He couldn't
Yes.
control it. Shit was just happening.
Yes, I know, dude. I would love to see that on the big screen. I'd love to see that in live action. Actually, just Vader just going fucking ham on because he can't control his force abilities yet. That would be insane.
Yeah.
See, I got this book a while ago, and I kind of need to start it.
The Attack of the Clones novelization. Nice.
I wanna
I've
see
got all
how
6
in
now.
detail they go into the Tusken Raider camp.
Yeah, everything that was going
That
through
is
Anakin's
literally
mind. Everything that was
that
going
is
through Anakin's
literally
mind
the
and how
only bit
Darth
I've-
Vader,
Yeah.
how Darth Vader was born in that moment. That's how I imagine
Literally
they
the
describe
only
it.
bit I've quickly looked through in that book so far. I quickly went to that.
Yes, totally.
Oh,
Spoil.
and when Dooku's talking to Obi-Wan when he's got him captured. Those are the only 2 bits I quickly read through.
Okay, interesting.
I give everybody, well, I guess just you two, because we got 0 watchers in the stream apparently, but a little sneak preview of what's coming in the next few months on Tales. It's going to be a long ass fucking video and a long video in the works. Reading these fucking books.
Yeah, bro. The Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit books, they look like a fucking pain in the ass to read because they're so fucking long.
No. Dude, this book is like 19 fucking chapters. It reads like a fucking bedtime story because that's what it is. But
Yeah, Hobbits, look, I'm just everything just kind of merges together because Hobbit and Lord of the Rings are connected. So that's
Well,
everything. It's just
only
weird.
in the movies. Books
Only in the movies,
completely.
So the Hobbit's just like its own thing. That's interesting.
Yeah, the Hobbit's its own thing. They decided to go and make they tried to do what Star Wars did.
I tried to do what Star Wars did, so they have one
They
small.
stretched. Dude, you see how fucking thick this book is? They stretched this into 3 fucking movies.
Yeah, that did not fucking work out well. Like they're just trying too hard. They kind of took like similar route to Star Wars, but much worse because the prequels are infinitely better than the Hobbit trilogy. Like they respect the originals way better than the Hobbit respects Lord of the Rings.
Bro, the prequel special effects look way better than the special effects in the Hobbit movies that came out in like 2013.
That is
What the
insane,
fuck's the
bro.
problem?
That is insane because George Lucas makes sure to not spam the shit out of the CGI.
But is there anything else you guys want to talk about before we head out of here?
Not really, no.
I think we're pretty good. Covered most of it.
Jesse,
I'm
where
kinda
can
like
we
worn
find
out.
you at?
I'm kind of worn out, yeah.
You can find me on the YouTube, you can find me on Insta. They're definitely the 2 main ones. But then float around on TikTok and Twitter as well.
You can find me, Darth Christensen 17 on Instagram. That's currently the only platform I'm on right now, but hopefully one day I'll start YouTube. Who knows?
And then, of course, you got me, Star Wars Nerd, and Tales from Peridia. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the first live stream. We had some nice ass people in the chat. Had one of the goats stop by.
Mm-hmm.
So heck yeah, we have another goat in the video. But
yes, so glad we can finally have you on. Thank you so much for coming on, Jesse. You're one of my favorite Star Wars YouTubers.
Oh man, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Like we
That
have
was
so much in
nice. Oh,
common.
you've-
we
yeah,
have
we've
so
been-
much in common when it comes to Star Wars. It's creepy. That's why that's why I resonate with you the most.
Yeah, right. Yeah, cool. No, we've been following each other for a while now. Probably it was pretty close. It was pretty soon after I started my account last year, I think.
I think it was like I started getting involved with you
Yeah,
when you were
pretty
doing your
start.
Ahsoka break. I think I got involved with you when you were doing your Ahsoka breakdowns, and then we became best friends from there. Really nice.
Yeah. No, yep. Done. Yeah. No, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
all right. I hope everybody has a good one. Thank you guys for watching. Star Wars Gazer, Tony, Star Wars Sith 66, Vapor Chamber, Sean Chambers, Galactic Cantina. Thank you guys for popping in and commenting and everything. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one, and may the Force be with you always.
May the Force be with you. May the Force be with you. Have a good day.